Theresa. Happy Sabbath, you all. So, today's mission report is about Loida, which is titled as Surprise Pathfinder Ad. Here we can see the life cycle of Loida. So, Loida's world fell apart at the age of 12 when her parents had divorced. So, her parents were Seventh day Adventists and her grandparents were Adventist as well. So, basically, Loida was raised as an Adventist. But when her parents had divorced, they stopped going to the church, and her father was also disfellowshipped from the church. So Loida fell upset, and she thought that a loving church would never disfellowship her father, but it was unexpected that her father was disfellowshipped. So when she spoke about her anger feelings, church members told her that her father had sinned. That's the reason why they had disfellowshipped her father. And at that time, Loida was a faithful pathfinder preparing for baptism. So some church members questioned her whether she was ready to take baptism or not while she was expressing such feelings. She used to say, church members used to say that maybe she should wait a while, and then she should first have her all of her questions answered. So Loida decided not to be baptized, and at that point of time, when they told her that way, she stopped going to the church. And to her disappointment, no one got in touch with her, not even the pastor and any of the church members. And she wished that someone would at least come to me and ask the reason why I'm not going to the church, but nobody did that. Then 30 years passed and Loida got married, and she became a widow and she remarried. So one day Loida was scrolling through her social media and that's when she saw an advertisement for a Pathfinder camper. As a former Pathfinder, she was curious to know more. Like she was wondering that she got that advertisement. Like she had no Adventist friends or any other connection to the church on social media, but she was wondering how did that Adventist ad came on her social media. So Loida clicked on the advertisement, and which was led to the videos from her previous camper. And that's when she cried a lot when she watched the videos, and she remembered her past life when she was young, that she was going to the church and attending all the Pathfinder events as a strong desire which grew inside her to reconnect to God. So, and she looked for more information about that particular ad which said about the Adventist church online, and she learned that the church had many online resources including the sermons and other speeches as well. So she spent an entire week watching the sermons and week of prayer programs and other church events. She showed some of the videos to her 8 years old daughter. Her name is Valeria. And she used to say her daughter that I have roots in that church and all of that. So when her mother used to say this to Valeria, Valeria was so fascinated by the Pathfinder camper videos. So mother asked, why don't you go to church anymore? So Laudia, she realized that she didn't have any answer at all to answer her daughter. She said, I don't know. So when she had stopped going to the church as a child, she had thought that she had many reasons. But as an adult, when she thought, she realized that she never had any good reason at all. So Valeria asked to go to a Pathfinder camper. So Loida couldn't think of anything in that church because she was not in contact with anyone. But then she remembered that she was in contact with one of the old Adventist friend. So that friend helped her mother and daughter to go back to the camper that had been advertised on social media. So it was a wonderful experience for mother and as well as the daughter. So for Loida, the most wonderful thing was that her daughter was fit in well with the other children's. And after the camper was done, she and her daughter both decided to start to do all of the Bible studies. And 2 years later, Loida gave her heart to Jesus in the waters of baptism, and she was so happy that she got baptized. So today Valeria is 10 and she's studying the Bible in the hope of being baptized one day. Loida had her own dreams, and she was living in a small town with a new Adventist nearby. So that she would know that she would like to move across from Spain to Sagunto, which had a lot of Adventist presence. So when there's a lot of Adventist presence, she had a hope that she can also become more involved in all of the church activities, and even her daughter can study at an Adventist environment. So she is happy that the Pathfinder advertisement popped up on her social media feed. So for 30 years, she used to say, like, for 30 years, I felt like something was missing in my life. But now, after going to church and after reconnecting her life with Christ, she felt that her life is completely, her life feels complete. So as a part of the 13th Sabbath offering, 3 years ago, went to Sagunto Adventist College, whose campus houses the church school where Loida would like to send her daughter. So they have thanked for their mission report offering that help spread hope. Thank you.